A scientist trapped on Arctic ice, his leg broken, alone, dying. Then a pregnant polar bear appears, and she doesn't attack. She stays with him for months. When he finally dies, the bear does something impossible. She walks over 1,000 miles through deadly blizzards and arrives at an Alaska hospital at 2 a.m., bleeding and exhausted. Around her neck, a leather bag with his journal and a message 10 years old. This never happened. But let me tell you the story of what could. Dr. James is studying Arctic ice when it cracks beneath him. He falls. His leg breaks badly. His radio is smashed. His emergency beacon destroyed. He's hundreds of miles from help. In his heart, he knows the truth. He's going to die out here. Then he sees her, a massive polar bear walking toward him across the ice. She's pregnant. He can tell by how she moves. This is it, he thinks. This is how it ends. But the bear doesn't attack. She comes close, sniffs him, and then she just sits down nearby, watching him. She doesn't leave. Days pass. The bear returns every morning. Dr. James starts calling her Aurora after the northern lights. He talks to her, tells her about his wife, his little daughter back home. Aurora tilts her head, listening. Something impossible is happening. A friendship is forming between a man and a wild polar bear. Dr. James writes everything in his waterproof journal. About Aurora, about missing his family, about finding connection in the most unlikely place. He writes his final entry to his wife and daughter. I love you. Remember me not as someone who died in despair, but as someone who found a friend in the impossible. He puts the journal in a locket with their photo in his leather bag. Then Dr. James closes his eyes for the last time. Aurora takes the bag. She begins walking, over 1,000 miles across moving ice, through complete darkness, through storms that would kill any human in minutes. She's starving. She's pregnant. She's injured from the rough ice, but she doesn't stop. Months pass. Aurora keeps moving, driven by something beyond instinct. The bond she formed with Dr. James has become her mission. She has to deliver his message. It's 2 a.m. in Haines, Alaska. The worst blizzard in years is raging. Temperature, -45 degrees. Wind chill, -120. Hospital staff hear scratching at the emergency door. They open it. A polar bear collapses at their feet. She's bleeding, starving, barely alive. Around her neck, a weathered leather bag. Inside, they find a journal with a name, Dr. James Morrison, missing for 10 years. Dr. James's family gets the call. After 10 years of not knowing, they finally have answers. Yes, he's gone, but his journal gives them something precious, his final words, his thoughts, proof that he loved them until the end. His wife reads his handwriting and feels him speaking to her one last time. The hospital installs a memorial plaque, a scientist and a polar bear. A bond that crossed species, a 1,000-mile journey, a final message delivered. Aurora is treated and released back into the wild. Tracking data shows she returns to where Dr. James died. She stays there for weeks. Then spring comes. She dens and emerges with 2 healthy cubs. They saved each other. This story never happened, but every piece is based on real science, real animal behavior, real brain chemistry that creates bonds across species. The odds are incredibly low, but not zero, not impossible, just extraordinarily improbable. A scientist and a polar bear, a bond forged in desperation, a message carried through storms. Made up? Yes. Impossible? No. And maybe that's what makes it worth telling. The boundaries between species are thinner than we think. Connection is possible in the most unexpected places, even between a dying man and a wild bear on the ice.